Hey folks, in this video, I will walk you through what you're going to be doing during week 1 of English 104. Our first unit to this course serves as an introductory to not only this class, but the discipline or field or academic subject of writing studies. In this slideshow, I take you through a bit of background information about what the course is going to be teaching, specifically how we look at writing as its own academic subject, how we look at writing as not just essays, but think about the complexities of what you'll be learning about later, which is the rhetorical situations about a particular text. And I give you the example here of the first text being the course syllabus, which we will get to in a moment. What's important to think about as you move throughout this module and actually through the whole class is how complex writing studies is and how it goes beyond just writing as opening up a new document or taking out a blank piece of paper and writing things down. It involves an interlocking ecosystem of complicated terms, such as the ones on this slideshow. Why take a class like this, besides, of course, it being required? Something to think about is that writing about literature, which might have been most of your English classes before, is just one small subset of writing. It's absolutely an important one, but you will start to notice in college, or most likely you've already noticed, that writing happens in all spaces and situations. And information transfers or applies to a new context when a threshold concepts curriculum is used. You'll be reading more about that this week. I have guiding questions for you to think about. I want you to use these questions to start your thinking for the week and keep them either in your head or perhaps in a separate tab or something as you move through the activities in this week. It might even be helpful to come back to them after you've gone through the activities and readings and assignments this week. I outlined several key terms and concepts which are going to be helpful this week. And in fact, I will be doing that every week on these slides to give you terminology that you can use. As you can see from my little note on the bottom of the screen, the terms and concepts I give you every week are just short versions of these definitions. Things like fully understanding the field of writing studies, or fully understanding what it means when learning transfers, or fully understanding what a threshold concept is something that's going to be gained not only throughout this week, but throughout the whole course. I say that not to only give you context for these shorter definitions on the screen here and say, hey, this is just the entry point, but also to encourage you to give yourself grace as you go through this course because these concepts are pretty complicated and layered. This last slide shows an overview of the readings assignments that you're going to be doing. I'm also going to show you them on Canvas and give you a little bit of context. So let's go ahead and go back to Canvas. So you can see the week 1 module here. Very likely, if you're watching this, you've already made your way through the first 2 things. And a reminder that you can always go back as needed. For example, if you need any sort of reminders with how to navigate the Canvas or whatnot, that will always be open. Then you are obviously watching this video, so you made it to this thing here, but just know that you can always go back to the slides or make your own copy of the slides. The next thing you'll complete is the syllabus quiz. Whoops, sorry, let me stop that. Let me go back for a sec. I forgot that it was still in teacher mode. Hey, I'm demonstrating the role of revision and then troubleshooting. Okay, thanks for being patient with me on that. The first thing you'll be doing after those two sort of introductory documents are taking the syllabus quiz. It's loading here. I won't begin it on this screen because I know you're perfectly able to walk yourself through the questions. The quiz will have instructions on how to get to the syllabus, and a quick reminder is you can always go here to read over the syllabus in full. I take you through things like course policies, expectations of both you and me, how you'll be assessed this semester, what all the units look like, and what percentages of the grade they take up. Then there's a brief overview of the course schedule in case you like to have it all in one place, but remember that you'll get a much more thorough view by looking at the modules with a lot more detail. I want to emphasize that with the syllabus quiz, the point isn't to make it a aha, gotcha, secret, secret codes hidden in the syllabus. What I want you to do is think about how is the syllabus quiz helping you pick out some of the key information that students often have the most questions about. After you've done that, so that you have a sense of, okay, what is this course about, but what is expected of you and what are the course policies, you'll do your first reading assignment this week. This first reading helps you unpack in much more detail the ideas that were introduced on the week 1 slides. Remember, the slides are just to give you context and an overview and some quick definitions. The idea is that the readings and the writing you do each week help you fully grasp and immerse yourself in them. This particular assignment actually has 3 readings. So you can see these 2 readings here are attached as PDFs. And then the third reading here, there's no file attachment. It's just a resource and a video, or 2 videos, posted below. As you read, you'll use this downloadable Google Doc. You'll go ahead and make your own copy. And it will take you to a document that looks like this. And you'll see a lot of these throughout the semester because this is my favorite way to have students navigate the readings. You'll read the instructions and get a sense of what I'm asking you to do with each of these readings, and make sure to go in order here because the third reading is going to make a lot more sense once you've done the first 2. And so I have questions on the left-hand side here, or I make a note of something like a major claim that the reading is making. And your job in the boxes here is to write down quotes and notes and answers, etc. You'll notice that there's no specific word count, no specific, format you have to do it in. Most students before have really liked just sort of using bullet points. Keep in mind that I'm not looking for perfection with this or looking to see, okay, do you have all the right answers? I want you to use these reading guides as interactive documents that are going to help you really think about all these key ideas of the reading and map them out yourself, having this visual representation of your thinking and notes as you work through your ideas. This is not only a way to help you navigate the reading where I've broken it down various ways, as you can see on the left-hand side with major claims or questions to guide you. This helps make your thinking visible to me so I can best support you in that. And this will also help you a lot because you'll be able then, once you have finished these, to go back and use them for longer writing assignments later in the semester. The final assignment you'll do this week is the introduction letter. I have instructions here telling you what you're going to write in this letter, but the short version is this is a way for me to get to know you a little bit, start to put, well, maybe not names to faces, but names on screens to actual humans behind them. And also, you'll notice when you read the questions, I ask you quite a bit about writing in here. So that helps me help you. If you'd like an example or even would just like to learn more about me, I have an introduction letter to you that I've written using my own assignment as guidelines for my own letter. So feel free to use that not only as an example, but also to get to know me. Okay, folks, that is week 1. Please, please, please get in touch if you need anything. My contact info is up here. And I'll see you in our virtual space. I'm looking forward to reading your work this week.